Hello, this is Johanna from Auri.
Hello, I'm Troy from Auri.
And I am Tuomas from Auri, and you have the pleasure of watching Chaoszine.
Okay, so hello everyone. We are here in Helsinki, Finland today, and we have Troy, Johanna, and Tuomas from Auri as guests. How are you? How's the summer been?
Very well, thank you.
Kind of summer. I don't know if it's even been summer yet in Finland, but...
No, it's 30 degrees in Yorkshire at the moment. 30 degrees, it's hotter than Morocco.
Not really.
Yeah, really, yeah. But yeah, no, it's a bit nippy.
Yeah.
So, how has the summer overall been for you?
We just started the rehearsals for the upcoming Auri tour. We played all last week, and it's superb. I mean, at least I personally had high expectations that this is going to be brilliant. But already after the first day, it was like, this is really going to work.
Yeah, wasn't
And
it?
we just had a blast. And the tour is starting in, 6 weeks?
Yeah,
13th
for that
of
to happen.
August. Yeah.
it's looming.
So that's pretty much what the summer has been about. Rehearsing the tour, planning it, and talking to you all lovely people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting out on tour after releasing 2 albums and now the 3rd one on the way. Why now? Is it just like now it's the good time to do that, or?
I think the stars finally aligned. We were looking at the constellations and we saw it that this was the perfect
That's right.
moment. Something like that.
That's pretty much
It
it.
was exactly that. Yeah. We saw the play days. The play days was just in conjunction with Taurus. And Venus was quite low in the night sky, and then that's when we thought that's the time to be down the time.
Yeah.
In terms of like the rehearsals, were there like any surprises when you started to like try playing these songs live?
Yeah, that we sounded so good.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, like,
Straight away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing this forever, right?
Yeah, we
It
have.
really took us by surprise.
It did take us by surprise.
Yeah, how well
And it did, as Thomas said, it's exceeded all our expectations.
Were you nervous that how will it actually like turn out?
No, not really. All we had was degrees of badness to put up with, but we didn't have any of that. We didn't have any.
And also those 3 guest musicians that we will have on stage, Kai Arto, Johanna Ivanen, and Mikko Ivanen, they had really done their homework and they add so much to the universe of Auri
Yeah, kudos
live.
to them.
So yeah, kudos to them as well.
So will Kai have like 6 hands on stage again when he's playing, or?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a little caterpillar.
Could you do also that? Could you also do that? And yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, heavy multitasking for sure.
Yeah. We originally hired Kai to just play the bongos, but he's brought his whole kit now. The whole thing.
So obviously Johanna has done a lot of solo shows, and obviously you have done millions of Nightwish shows. So was it like different to start rehearsing with this band? Because I guess every band is unique and different.
Exhilarating because of the expectation for it, and because it's something we've wanted to do for 15 years. So that's why it was so important to us and so exciting for us. You know, even though we are very seasoned as performers,
Yeah.
this was so new and yet so old at the same time. And that's what gave us a real rush of not hope, but of I think contentment,
Yeah.
in that we knew that finally, here we go, we're going to perform Auri live again for the first time.
Yeah,
So
going
we're
back to square one, so to say,
Yeah.
is really exhilarating to me personally. Play smaller venues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have the first time ever on tour experience again.
Yeah,
It's-
because it's been a long time since we've experienced that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a long time since we've experienced small art centres and theatres. And,
I was gonna ask you that was there like specific reasons why you wanted to hop on playing clubs instead of festivals? Because I think also for Auri's music it kind of fits more well
Oh,
into
yes.
those intimate places instead of like a massive open air festival.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth in that. However, I think we shall see, because we hope to play some festivals. They'd have to be suitable to us. We
Yeah.
couldn't play Wacken, for instance, or Tuscan, but we could play some world of music, arts and dance kind of festivals. We could do them, and I think it would be really successful.
But they need to sort of be fitting into the Auri realm in a way that you rather do something that fits actually the band and project itself.
Yeah, it's a matter of Auri being understood. That's what it's a matter of.
And I think the metal genre people understand Auri.
I think so as well.
Yes. So, I mean, we would definitely not fit into the main stage of Tuska, but maybe like a small
Yeah.
after club,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Something like that. Yeah,
Because
we could
Auri,
do-
in a way, has a metal vibe to it.
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's rebellious in its
Authentic.
spirit.
It's real. It's a real thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely
I've
right.
compared it to, in a way, to the phenomenon called Heilung, which I think it's a brilliant concept.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with metal. But the
But
metal
most of the
genre has
fans
taken
are
it.
metal fans.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, but also you find other classic bands from the 70s and 80s who you wouldn't think would be acceptable, in the metal arena,
Yeah.
but they are. It's like we played with Nightwish. We did a big one. Was it Hellfest? We did Hellfest, and there's a band called 10cc, who were a huge band in the 70s. Nothing at all to do with metal, and they went down a storm.
Yeah.
Because the metal audience are rare in this world, in that they're in it for the music and not for the commerce as such.
Yeah, and if you are in a metal festival only listening to like metal bands for 3 days, I'm not sure if I'm like the only one who is feeling this, but you kind of get like overdose of metal music. So if there's like a rock band playing or whatever EDM band playing, it's like a breath of fresh air for your own ears, like as well. So for example, Tuska, when there was like bands like Electric Callboy, of course there's like metal parts, but it's like EDM/disco. So I think that band got the best reaction from the crowd
Yeah.
because they were listening to like metalcore, deathcore bands 3 days, and then there was something different, and people were like, "Whoa, this is something that we don't hear on this festival like more than this once."
Stands out.
Yeah.
The experience I've had that, with Nightwish, is people say, "Oh, what I love about it is the light and shade in it. It's just not full on all the time."
Yeah, there's
It's
different
moving,
nuances
and
and
it's the same with Auri. Auri's the same. I mean, there are serious dynamics in Auri, but there is a extreme subtlety to Auri as well that can be looked at from lots of different angles. If you're a metalhead, you can look at Auri and see its strength. If you're a fan of folk music or pop music or jazz, you can look at Auri and see strength in it that appeals to you. So I think we've got not that it matters to us because we make the music for ourselves, but I think we've got something that is accessible to almost everyone, really.
Even back in the days when you were doing your solo shows under the name of Johanna Kurkela in Finland, the audience was full of metalheads.
Yeah, well, I'm a metalhead myself, so
Yeah.
that has to.
So there's
have
some
to
kind
do
of like
with it.
invisible connection
Yeah.
going on here.
There is, and I think it's authenticity. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. People can smell authenticity, and they get it with Auri, and they get it with bands who are real.
Candles and Beginnings, 15th of August, third album. And you have said somewhere that you kind of started it pretty much after you wrote Yes to Mind. So was it like a relieving thing to start making an Auri album after, or what were going in your head around that time when you
For me,
started
it's
making it?
just the thing that I wanted to do after finishing Yes to One. So I started writing the songs in 2023, but some of the songs on the album are much older than that. You started working on them years before that, and you.
Yeah, one of the pieces I was working on when I was about 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the chords when I was 19.
So how does the like general writing process work for you? Do you all try to put the pieces together? It's not like in Nightwish that you do most of the stuff.
Yeah, I'll take this opportunity to once more emphasize that this is a real band. It's not my side project. It has never been my side project. It's an actual band of these 3 people here.
And we all write
We
songs
all write
separately.
Everybody
we all
wants
have
to-
separate studios where we do write lyrics and music, and then when we feel like we've arrived at a lovely place, then we share our findings with each other and start colouring, like
That's
you
it.
wonderfully put it.
That's exactly.
So there ain't like a basic formula how you do it. It's like every song is kind of done differently in a way.
Well,
I suppose so, but it's all within the spirit of Auri. We never write music to upset each other. Ever. We all know what it is that we like.
What a concept, though.
Yeah.
If we were to do that.
But I
That'd
guess
be brilliant, wouldn't it?
but I guess like after 2 albums you most likely know each other like even more well musically, so you kind of know what this band is and what fits into the realm of Auri, and then it's I would imagine it being like more easier now
Yeah.
in a way.
Maybe. You'll have to think about that.
It was super easy from the start.
yeah,
but
it's always been.
yeah.
It was. Yeah, we do. It's a strange kind of contradiction because we do write in isolation.
Mm.
But when we write in isolation, we're totally connected with each other. That's the contradiction in that we write for each other and with each other for a certain effect, which is to entertain each other and make each other feel really good.
There's an invisible gossamer bridge that
There is an
connects
invisible
us.
customer bridge, and it does connect us, and it's fully open at the moment.
So you decided to hop on an airplane and fly to Spain to mix the album. Do you feel that is somehow can be like heard on the album, that it was like different place?
Well, it made us really happy because it was
Yeah.
sunny.
Yeah, of course, obviously. Obviously, well, there's no sun in Finland like the whole summer, so I guess wherever other country you go, you might experience sun, but
But we must tell you that the reason we went to Andalusia to mix it is because of Johanna, because she was going to go insane if we mixed it in England or Finland in the most miserable weather, right at the peak of the winter.
Well, even England, I would have taken.
Even
It's
England
just- yeah.
is still wet and windy.
Yeah, but
It's not freezing.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but yeah, we thought let's go and do this somewhere really nice so that Johanna's really happy and she can sit in the garden and get some sun whenever she wants.
It's
And
just
that's
a rare commodity living in Finland. You all know this. Keeping
Yeah.
living in Finland, it's a rare commodity to have sunlight and warmth. So every chance I get, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, it's the best day of the year in Finland.
Summer,
Summer.
yeah. That's what it feels like. It hasn't even arrived this year. I mean, I don't feel like it's even.
We're still waiting.
Yeah, we're still waiting.
so you actually mastered the album in Peter Gabriel's legendary Real World Studios.
Oh yes.
How did that come about?
Well, we mixed the first Auri album at Real World Studios.
Okay.
I'd worked there before. It is a legendary space to be in. A fabulous place to mix an album, wasn't it? And it was residential, so we were there for a week, and it was just beautiful. So we wanted to go back, not to mix the album, but we wanted to reopen our connection to Real World. So then we got in touch with our friend Tim, who mixed the first Auri album, asked him if he would master it. So I went down there and sat in with Tim, and he mastered it in Real World. Yeah.
Is it like inspiring to visit all these like classic studios, like you did stuff obviously for Nightwish album in Abbey Road? Does it give like more inspiration to do such
It
stuff?
does. It really does.
Mhm.
The history, the vibe, ambient, everything. Yeah. Love
Yeah.
it.
Abbey Road is like a museum.
It kind of is.
Yeah, when the guys are setting mics up and go, the Beatles used this mic, and it's Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon they used this piano, and yeah, so that does have a fabulous effect.
Mhm.
But Real World, I think even more than Abbey Road, for me personally, because of the environment. It's in the countryside, and it's a highly unusual building, and it was conceptual as well. They called it Real World so that when you cross a bridge, it's built on an old mill, a mill pond, and you cross a bridge, and you symbolically entering the real world of music where you work, where you make music. And I love that idea. So that was great for Auri. We might go back there again one day, you never know.
But during summertime, yeah.
Yeah, during the summertime, yeah.
So the album has been described as a beacon of light and against today's often scary grim realities. Was that like creating the escapist uplifting quality like a conscious decision for you?
It just comes out naturally. for me.
Yeah. It's the way we look at life. I mean, it's so deeply infused in all of our DNA that that's just the way we write, I think.
Yeah.
These days, it wasn't like that decades ago.
No, it wasn't.
For any of us.
No.
But some things happened during the last years that make us reflect the music that we do this way.
True.
That's absolutely true.
Pete Voutilainen created the cover art for it, and obviously you, Johanna, did your own calligraphy to it. So how important is that like visual side of things for the band?
Well, yeah, it is like any artwork, especially with our kind of music and Nightwish music or any music that we all love, is that one likes to set atmospheres that can inspire people to move inside the song, just with little hints, of colour and of light and shade and imagery that can guide people to have a certain reaction to it. Without telling people explicitly all the time about how to look at something or listen to something, you can do it in really lovely little ways. And our work is one of them. When I was a kid, when we all were, you'd look at the artwork of an album and it would inspire you and you would listen to the music in a very individual way.
Yeah.
Listen to your own experience off the back of the artwork.
But that's a rarity today. Unfortunately, it is like that.
Well, yeah, in these days of downloading and Spotify and all that kind of stuff, and most people, unfortunately, have the attention span of goldfish. So
that's the world works, unfortunately.
Yeah, the idea of listening to a whole album is rare, even though it's absolutely natural to me. It's really rare, but fingers crossed it might come back. It might come back. I hope so.
What's in the scope for Auri after the tours? Will it be like years in the road, or how do you see it at the moment? Is it going to be like just doing some selected tours, or?
First of all, we just want to see how this tour goes. It's gonna last until mid-October, and we'll be wiser then.
We will.
But I have a strong hunch that it's just the beginning. It's kind of some beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the title kind of says it. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it doesn't really work out, we can always buy some property in the Philippines and start making trainers, something like that.
So that would be the ultimate goal.
I'd be happy.
Oh, the sunlight bomb, yeah.
Yeah. So where it's summer, she's going also.
Well, we will do this forevermore, in whatever shape or form that we have. But we would like to tour more. Or get out, widen our net, as it is.
Before we wrap things up, I must ask, because there will be 30 years of Nightwish also in 26, and last time when we spoke, you said that there might be something happening. So has there been like any new in that side of your life?
It will be celebrated one way or another, but there will not be any live shows.
Okay, yeah. That's the plan at the moment.
That much I can confirm.
Okay.
There are some lovely ideas, though, for marking it.
Yeah, we're going to mark it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
marked.
marked.
There's a lot of rumors that we're going to do a special show or something. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, even I have actually heard those rumors, so yeah.
That's rumors.
But you always hear rumors. But when it's like big bands, you always hear those rumors. So it's kind of necessary evil in a way.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot for all of you for doing this with me, and all the best for the future. Anything you want to say as a closer to all the fans?
That we love you all and we can't wait to see you on tour.
Yes,
Exactly.
we'll see you on the road.
See you there.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.